Hello, students. So today we are starting the new chapter, which is known as Introductions to Computer. So before going into the chapter, uh, we will have a small discussion about table of this content. Okay. So the first unit consists of five chapters. So this is basically about fundamentals of computer and working with the typical operating system. Okay. So basics of computer hardware and software. Okay, so that is the first five chapters. And the second unit, you can see that there are three chapters: specification and abstraction, composition, decomposition, iteration and regression. So these are all the problem solving algorithm techniques. Okay, so if you want to solve a problem algorithmically, then you have to know all these things. Okay, so chapter 6, 7 and 8 deals with this concepts. Okay, next is we are chapter 3, sorry, unit 3. You can see that we'll be having a detailed session about C++ language. Okay, so starting from the introduction up to array and structures. Okay, so these are all detailedly will be discussed in this um, four chapters, chapter 9 to 12. So next is, you can see that unit 4, chapter 13 to 16, you will be seeing the introduction to object oriented programming techniques, classes and objects, polymorphism, inheritance, etc. Okay, so you can see that these wordings are a bit complicated, uh, but when you read it, you'll be finding easy. Okay, so there is uh, no complexity in these chapters. Everything is very simple and basic understandable theory only. Okay, next is unit 5. So this is basic about the internet. Okay, how what are the things you have to be followed in the internet, and what are all the options that are available for using Tamil languages. So all these things will be discussed in this last two chapters, 17 and 18. Okay, so after that we'll be seeing the practical exercises. So now we will move on to the subjects here. So this is the first unit. In that we will be seeing the introductions to computer. So in this chapter we are going to learn about what is computer and various generations of the computer, basic operations of computer, and to know the components of this components and their functions. To know about booting of computer. Okay, we'll see what is booting of computer, everything in the forthcoming classes. So here you can see that this do you know, okay, father of computer is Charles Babbage. So he invented a analytical engine in the year 1837, so which can do arithmetic and logical operations. Okay, so the first computer was named as analytical engine. Okay, so the analytical engine contains arithmetical and logical unity, basic control flow and integrated memory, which leads to the development of first generation computer concepts. So you can see that introductions to the computer, nowadays you can see that without any computer there is no department. Okay, in every field you can see computers involved in it. Okay, so if you want to increase the productivity of working area or any field research area, but there you can see everywhere. Okay, computers can be seen everywhere. So computers are inevitable in our day-to-day life. So computers have now become an indispensable part of our indispensable means you cannot able to avoid it. Okay, So that is the mm, word indispensable. Okay, so computer has revolutionized our living with the accuracy and speed of performing a job. It is truly remarkable. Okay, you can see that computer uh, does a work in a very accurate way and in a very fast way. Okay, it can do a particular job with more accuracy and more speed. Okay, so we'll just the growth of computer was started in by using this abacus device. Okay, abacus is a small device which consists of beads, and uh, and you can just calculate the numbers. Okay, calculate the arithmetic operation just by moving the beads. Okay, so that is abacus. It's a small calculation device. Okay, so that is what it is given here. So the first we can see that introductions to the computer. So the first generation computer. Okay, so these are all the different types of computers. So the first generation computers was prevailing in the year 1940 to 1956. Okay, so 16 years of period. Okay, so in that they have used this vacuum chamber. Okay, vacuum tubes or vacuum chamber. It will be like a size of your water bottle, and if the vacuum is present inside this vacuum tube, then it is considered as one. If there is no vacuum or any other gas present inside this vacuum tube, then it is considered as zero. Okay, so likewise you can see that there are so many number of vacuum tubes will be present inside this generation computer, first generation computer. So the main merits and demerits of these computers are big in size, consumes more power, malfunction due to overheat. Okay, uh, it may cannot able to do the work if it gets overheated. Okay, so and machine level language is used. Okay, machine level languages, we all know that zeros and ones are the machine level language. So this machine level language is used here. Okay, so the next thing is the second generation computer. So the second generation computer is prevailed from 1956 to 1964. They used this device which is known as transistor. Okay, so this is a small switch like circuit, so which acts like a real switch. Okay, so there are three terminals in it. You can see that. So each terminal will have one input. One is for input and one is for output, and one will act as a switch. Okay, if the switch is on, then you will get the output voltage from the output end. Okay, if the switch is off, you will not get the output from the output terminal. Okay, so this has the some merits and demerits. So smaller compared to the first generation less heat, consumes less power compared to first generation. uh, Punch cards were used. First operating system was developed. Batch processing and multi-programming were used in the operating system. Machine language as well as assembly language were used. Okay, so these are all the merits and the demerits of this second generation computer. So third generation computer used this integrated circuits. Okay, so this is a small chip like structure which consists of number of transistor in it. Okay, so this transistor consists of only one transistor in it, but ICs will have some hundreds and thousands of transistor embedded in it. Okay, embedded means it is arranged in such a way that it will look very small. Okay, So this single IC will be the tip of your finger. Okay, so which will be 1 inch in 1 inch size. Okay, less than 1 inch size. Okay, so this third generation computer prevailed in the year 1964 to 1971, and you can see that compared to other the computers were smaller and faster, consumes very less power, high level languages were used. This in this type of a generation, high level languages, which means that this high level language is the language that we spoke. Okay, so we easily understand this high level language, since you can see that print is an English word, or printf is an English word, a scanf is an English word. So just by seeing the word, you can understand what is the program. Okay, likely you can understand it. Okay, so this kind of language is known as high level language. But machine level language is like zeros and ones. If you want to convey any message, then you have to convert it to zeros and ones. But this high level language will be in English words. So you need a converter. Okay, you need a translator from high level language to machine level language. So that is also used in this generation. So next is uh, yes, just next is fourth generation computers. So this uses microprocessor. So you can see that nowadays you can see all this microprocessor. It's a very large scale integrated circuits. So there are more number of transistor compared to ICs. Okay, so ICs integrated circuits consist of hundreds, maybe thousands. Okay, but this VLSI will have ten thousands and even and lakhs of transistor in it. So you can see that it is well arranged in such a way that it will be very small in size and it is very accurate. Okay, so here you can see that this is smaller and faster um, microcomputer. Okay, microcomputer series such as IBM, Apple were developed. Portable computers were introduced. Okay, so now you can see that the size of the computer is getting reduced. Okay, it is getting reduced, and you can see that the accuracy and the speed of the computer to process the data is getting faster. Okay, since you can see that the technology develops, they are using all the technologies in reducing the size of the computer. So next is you can see that fifth generation computer. So this is from 1980s to till date, and it is uses ultra large scale integration. Okay, so VLSI means very large scale integrated circuits. ULSI means ultra large scale integration. Okay, so this also uses parallel processing, superconductors. So you'll be learning in detail about superconductors in the physics. Okay, so this parallel processing means at the same time you can do multiple process. Okay, while playing game you can listen to a music, or you can even type some document. Okay, at the same time you can listen to some music. So this kind of multitasking, okay, is known as parallel processing. So this kind of features is added to this fifth generation computer. Okay, so next is the sixth generation computer. So this sixth generation computer is the future. Okay, so it has some advantages like it is parallel and distributed computing. Okay, parallel means Distributed computer means the server will be available in different location. The data will be available in all the distributed servers. If one server gets down, then you can do the same work with the connectivity of another server. So all these things can be done by using this sixth generation computer. So next is so do you know, so this the first digital computer was known as electrical numerical integrator and calculator, which was been built in 1943. Okay, 1943. It has 18,000. Okay, 18,000 vacuum tubes weighing around 50 tons. So the 50 tons size, you can see that multiple employees has been using this electronic calculator, and you can even see that it is size of the room. Okay, it is very big in size, and it takes more time to calculate a small calculation. Okay, so this kind of uh, disadvantages are seen in this generation. So you can see that next is sixth generation computer. So in this sixth generation computer can be defined as a era of intelligent computer based on artificial neural networks. And the important points, you can see that natural language processing and artificial intelligence are available in this sixth generation computer, so that you can work even more faster than the previous generation computers. Okay, so next is, you can see that, so do you know optical character recognition? Okay, so this reading characters from scanning a document. Okay, so nowadays you can see an app which is known as OCR, optical character recognition app. So this app will take the picture of any photo, any text that is printed, and it will convert it into the soft copy, which will be available for you to without typing that text. Okay, so before this invention of OCR, people used to see the document and type it. Okay, they'll be able to type everything just by seeing the printed document. But now this OCR, after this invention of this OCR, just you can scan with your mobile phone's camera. Okay, so it will take the data from there and it will display it to you as a text here. Okay, so even you can see there is an app which is known as Google Lens. Okay, Google Lens uh, is an app that will show you the word that is selected just by opening your camera. Okay, so this kind of optical character recognition can be used to detect the text around the camera. Okay, so next is, you can see that data and information. So data and information are having a small slight difference. Okay, so number 14 is a data. Okay, number 14 is data, but number 14 can be a date of birth of a person, or a roll number of a student, or a mark obtained by a student. So this kind of processed data is known as information. Okay, so just a raw fact is known as data, and you can see that the processed information or processed data is known as information. Okay, now you'll just see IPO cycle. Okay, so this computers are meant to do some work. Okay, you will be giving some input as a data, so it will process it and it will produce the output. Okay, so this is known as IPO cycle. Okay, so this is given in this diagram, figure 1.1. So data is given as an input to the computer, and it is processed, okay, and it gives you the meaningful information as an output. So with this we'll finish the class today. We'll see the rest of the things in the next class. Thank you, students.